Hello SBT family. As you probably know by now, we are planning to reopen this Sunday, the 17th, and we're looking forward to hosting as many of you as feel like you can and should come to the services. Of course, as we have reiterated many times, we understand that many won't be ready or able to come back yet, and we certainly understand that. We want you to pray about that and make a good decision that's best for you and or your family. Having said that, I hope that you've been able to get your hands on the reopening instructions and information that we emailed out. Most of you should have gotten an email on that by now. If you have not gotten an email, or if you have not received something in the mail by tomorrow, you can always contact myself or Brother Brandon, and we'll do our best to make sure that you get that information. Also, when you get here Sunday morning, a copy of that information will be made available to you. I want to take just a couple of moments today and walk you through what you'll see and what you can expect when you arrive on Sunday morning. We don't want you to be in doubt about what to expect when you get here. A picture's worth 1,000 words, so let's go get the picture. When you arrive Sunday morning, you're going to need to know which parking lot to come to. If you are coming to the 9:15 service, you'll be parking here in the what I call the Alice Drive parking lot, the newer parking lot where the radio station and the Haven sit off to the side over there. The first thing you'll notice when you approach on Sunday morning is that there are cones out here. This is just to help us keep track and remember that we need to stay 6 feet from the family in front of us if there is a line getting into the building. Understand we're having to seat folks, and so if we have a lot of folks show up at one time, we will need a moment to be able to get everybody through the line. Also, any folks that will be wanting the rubber gloves or the face mask, those will be available here on the porch. We will ask you, if you've not brought your own and use your own, to use a little bit of our hand sanitizer on the way in. Someone will help you with that there and squirt that in your hand for you, just so we can take an extra precaution and make sure that everybody's doing everything that we can on the way into the facility. Now, as you make your way toward the door, and I apologize for the background door, there's never a moment when there's not traffic on this street. When you make your way to the door here, you'll see the last stop along the way is right there at the door. When you are cleared to come inside the building, and that's just waiting for the folks in front of you to get seated, they'll have you come from here to this first cone inside right here. And of course, as Brother Brandon makes his way around here with the camera, you can see inside that we have stations marked out here all the way to the auditorium entrance there, so that we can keep folks physically distanced and still be able to get you in line and ready to be seated. There will be someone standing right here when you come through the door to direct you. They will either send you to the the first open cone on this side, or to the first open cone on this side. They'll send you to one door or the other. Please understand that right now, with how we're having to do this, especially with having 2 services in the morning, we can't really take time to seat everybody where they'd like to be seated. The ushers have got a plan that we've asked them to follow. Just work with them, and hopefully this won't last for too long, but this is how we have to do things right now with physical distancing. If you are coming to the 11 o'clock service, you will actually park in the Harper Street parking lot, and you will come in this door, and there will be cones lined up out there just as well for your service. I'd recommend to you, if you are coming to the 11 o'clock service, to get here a little bit early. The doors will open at 1/4 We cannot open the doors before 1/4 likely because of cleaning and sanitizing that has to happen between the 2 services. If that cleaning and sanitizing is done and we are ready before 1/4, we'll go ahead and open the doors and start seating people. But 1/4 is probably a pretty good guess for this first Sunday getting started out. All right, we're going to move to the auditorium and show you the last piece of information I'd like you to know about what will be happening with seating on your way into the auditorium tomorrow. Okay, now that we're in the auditorium, I want to give you an idea of why we're having to seat people the way we are and let you know kind of what you can expect for tomorrow. In our auditorium here, our pews are all mostly the same size. The ones in the center are about 4 inches wider than the ones on the side, but we'll use the ones in the center for demonstration purposes. The ones on the side are 168 inches, which works out exactly to 24 inches divided by 7. That matters because 24 inches is the recommended amount of space for a person to be able to have on a pew for their personal space. So at that rate, we can, on the pews here at SBT, plan on fitting 7 people across the pew max. Now, with the 6-foot physical distancing requirement that we're trying to meet, that creates some issues. As you can see, each one of these songbooks represents where a person will sit, and there are 7 of them. Now let's say that our ushers seat 2 people on the end of this pew. When I put my 6-foot stick down here, that shows me that I can now only seat 2 more people on the other end of the pew. If when we seat people over here the first time, let's say it wasn't a group of 2, let's say it was a group of 3, you see now I will only be able to seat 3 people. Maybe, actually, I can fit 1 more here. So I would be able to fit a total of 4. And that's kind of the magic number of what we're expecting. As a general rule, we're not going to be able to fit more than 4 people on a pew unless they are all in the same family. As you can see, if 2 come in, there's room for 2 more. If 1 comes in, there's room for 3 more, or vice versa. If you're a family of 5 or 6 coming in together, obviously you own the pew. If we put 4 people on a pew, the pew is most likely full. And our ushers are trained to watch for that and know that. And that's why they're going to be asking you to sit in the places that they are. When we get ready to dismiss, it's especially important in the 9:15 service to understand this. And in all of the services, the ushers will be dismissing you, as you might see at a funeral or something of that nature, or maybe even at a wedding at some point. But on the 9:15 service, we need to get the room empty faster because our cleaning crew needs to get started. So we will have an usher dismissing people from the front to go out this door onto the sidewalk and into the parking lot. We will also have an usher in the back working his way forward, dismissing people from the back pews of the auditorium out that door, out the door into the foyer, as similar to the way that you came in. So that's what it's going to look like on Sunday. There's a lot of other information in your bulletin. That information is also posted on the Facebook page as well, the church Facebook page. Take a look at it. Please, if you have questions, do not hesitate to call us. You can contact myself or Brother Brandon, and we will do everything that we can to help you. We've already fielded a couple of questions about which service should I come to, because of some special situations. It's fine to ask that question. The big thing we're trying to do is just make sure we don't have too many at any one service to be able to physically distance, and make sure that we take as many precautions as we can to protect the most vulnerable, susceptible people to the virus and its symptoms in our church. Thank you for your patience. I'm looking forward to seeing as many of you as can come tomorrow. Whether you're able to come or not, we look forward to you connecting with us tomorrow. The live stream will still be available just like always. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I was glad when they said unto me, "Let us go into the house of the Lord."